Hey, welcome back to another Pancho Things. Alrighty, so I'm out again. I had a drawing and I have a really cool blind this time. A little bit farther out of the edge of the water, but I have opportunities to hide on the reeds if it's necessary. So let's get started. Alrighty, so as I was saying, I have a really nice little blind here. I'm gonna be somewhat close to the water. There's water in there. I got a lot of vegetation, and there's kind of big bodies of water on the sides. And there's gonna be quite a few people around, but it's not as close as the other one, as the last one that I did. Not the last one, the one before last. I think that we'll have a different perspective. This is a different spot. I'm close to a monster lake that is on the other side, so either way, I'm gonna have or flying past shooting from one point to another one, or hopefully quite a few interested birds decoyed on the pass back and forth. We have like a 2 mile an hour pass wind, so barely no wind. So let's see what happens. I don't know if you can see me. It's 5 minutes before shooting light. So let's see what happens. Okay. Teal. I think I have a bird down there. So I'm pretty sure that in the first vlog that passed, I connected a bird and he's on the lake. Oh man. And there's literally no wind. The thing is a glass. Man, that flight was really quick. And everything that the little things that passed in front of my face, it was so fast I didn't even have a chance. I really don't like shooting from blinds though. I feel like I'm constricted, I'm boxed. And that's that. Everybody's going home early today. Sad. Apparently, I can freaking shoot for my life. Wow. There it goes. Now I got him. Ridiculous. Alright, so at least we got a Gotti. Big Gotti ball. I'm not going home empty-handed. This guy shot at that dog 7,000 miles away. So annoying when somebody just shoot a dog that is 7 miles away instead of working him down. I don't understand it. What's the point? Should have not shot at that. Fucking douchebags, man. He's still walking with his dog. What the man? Alrighty, so I'm back at the house. Today's hunt wasn't by no means close to what I was expecting. It was kind of a disaster a little bit. So let's go over this, what happened and what my appreciation was of the entire hunt. So first of all, the spot that I got was quite far from the parking spot, so I did have to walk a lot and holding all the gear. So that, for starters, was kind of like a pain, because by the time that I got to the spot, I was already beat up. So that's one. On the other one, there was quite a few people in the refuge at that time, and unfortunately, birds were flying. They were flying on the main side of the refuge, and I was towards the end, close to a lake. There was hunters on the lake, and for what I could gather, there was 3 groups of hunters on this huge lake in the back, from where I was. So I had birds literally flying into my face, like they're coming straight to my face. But they were coming so fast that I couldn't even see them, and they were flying kind of low. So they were blending in with the water and all the bushes. So I couldn't see them. The few shots that I took early,
was being a little bit more picky and being more considerate on the amount of shots that I was taking, because if I would have to go to my car to retrieve more boxes, that would have been a walk from hell. And two, it would have been a crazy walk to not disturb other hunters' experience. So I had to be really careful with the amount of shots. Now, I did down that one bird, and I did walk and I tried to get to the terrain right next to the lake, but unfortunately there was two factors that were kind of tricky. One, the terrain was really rough to walk in and you couldn't see clearly, and that's rattlesnake country, so it was quite tricky to try to get in there. I had a mark on where I thought the bird landed, and the problem was that right where that bird and the mark ended is exactly where a group of hunters had their shooting line. So that would imply that I had to walk in front of these hunters in order to go and retrieve the bird. Now, from distance, I grabbed my binoculars and I looked and I couldn't see the bird. So I don't know if the bird landed right in front of these hunters and they claimed it, or if the bird just got somewhat injured and disappeared. Regardless, I did, at the end of the hunt, that I had to give my car back for the harvest. I did claim that bird, regardless that I couldn't find it. I did walk about an hour and 45 minutes trying to find the bird initially, and I couldn't find it. Then, before I left, I stopped again and I walked a little more. And I noticed some of those hunters were picking up, so I got close to them, and they said that they didn't see anything. So the chances are that I probably didn't even down the bird completely, and he might have recovered and just fly away. But regardless, so I declaimed that bird. So something happened, and this is something for us to learn together. There was a guy in the middle of the hunt. What, the bird's still flying, it's still early. I will say it was probably about 7 in the morning. This individual decided to walk through one of the levees, the levee that actually I had to come through to get to my blind. And he literally stops in the middle of the levee with his dog and started texting. What's the point, man? Like, if you have an emergency and you need to get out of the blind, I understand. But once you stop in the middle of the plain field where we're hunting, where there's several groups of people hunting, and you just stop and start texting and answering phone calls and stuff like that, you just literally ruin somebody's hunt. So I guess that day, that individual just decided to grab his common sense and leave it at home, or possibly just grab the common sense and leave it at the car. Regardless, keep your common sense with you, people. So in that way, you enjoy your experience. If you don't want to hunt, you can pack your stuff and leave, but don't stop in the middle and just do whatever, because you're ruining everybody else's opportunity to down some birds and have a great time. So that just that right there just put a glitch in my brain. And then the few birds that were going kind of in range, that were kind of little high for the taste, I did a couple of shots. Actually, I think I mentioned in one of them that I should have not shot at that. And unfortunately, it is what it is. It was a hunt that is gonna go in the book as one of the worst hunts that I ever had. I did actually have a bird, brought a bird home, but that's not the case. That's not the point. The point is once you start shooting, your accuracy is horrible. Then you got skybusters everywhere. Then you got people just mingling, having fun in the middle of a levee. It's kind of like your whole early flight is already gone, so you're in the mercy of see if whatever bird come across at that point. So I did kind of pack early too, because I was like, well, at this point I'm frustrated. I lost a bird. I got hunters just doing whatever on the other end, so it was pointless for me to, or at least in my vision, to keep standing there and just do whatever. Now, that bird that I collect, unfortunately, I had to shoot it for a second time while it was in the ground, because it was still alive. unfortunately, in the position that he was, there was a massive hole, and I really didn't want to put my hand in there because I don't know what was under it. So that's when, unfortunately, the bird got beheaded. I had to make some adjusting on the images just because YouTube guidelines. I had to put some adjustment on the images and make them black and white so it didn't look at the blood, and I didn't show as much of the bird because the nature of the bird actually lost his head with a shot. So packed my bird and just decided to come home, and that's what it is. So regardless, it was a beautiful morning. It was a nice, beautiful place. The view was amazing. There was birds flying. Fortunately, I wasn't able to connect with more birds. Well, there you have it. Like and subscribe. That's going to be the only way that you guys can support me to bring more videos to you guys and do all the crazy stuff that I do. Thank you so very much for everybody that has subscribed and stick to their guns and watching the videos and supporting me. Thank you so very much. And there's more coming. So I will see you in the next one. Pancho out.